Hello YouTube, David Dannon here, Dannon Yoga. Subject for our conversation today is Bakasana. I really prefer to pay attention to fundamentals and basics in my tutorials because as a teacher I see so many bad fundamentals and basics. But I realize that on YouTube we all want to get into those impressive postures, where we can show other people can appreciate the awesomeness that we have to the degree that we appreciate our own awesomeness. And arm balances are obviously one of those. So I'm going to get into Bakasana today. First of all, we have to acknowledge the awesomeness of crows. Crows are very intelligent birds. I just recently saw a study they did where a crow could take a stick, a small stick, and use it as a tool in fact, he had to use it as a tool in order to get his food reward. That's pretty cognitive thinking for a bird, right? But anyway, so Bakasana. First of all, preparation is probably good. I think preparation is key for anything that we do. But in Bakasana, think about where you're going to go. So I would think that first off, we would want to take a squat, because we're going to get our knees up onto our arms here and all that, right? That's part of the deal. And so we would want to get that sort of loosened up. The next thing I would do probably would be to warm my wrists up. So the way I warm my wrists up, for me, because I find that you have to go with what works for you, but for me I like to turn them back, because this is where I get into trouble on my right side. You have to know your body, obviously. If you don't know your situation in your body, you're inviting injuries for sure. So you got to know what's going on. So this is the warm-up that I do for before any yoga practice, because it's going to serve me for my down dogs, my crows, my Pichamarasanas, all that kind of stuff. So, there we go. So that basic warming up, whatever it is that you like to do. Then you want to take off any jewelry that might be hanging you up in your pursuit of Bakasana. It could be bracelets, it could be a wristwatch, anything. So Bakasana is the gateway drug, I always say, to arm balancing, to hand balancing, because it's very compact in its nature. There's not a lot of extended weight out on the sides to throw your balance out. So it's a good place to start. Now, where most people start at Bakasana, first of all, feet are hip-width apart. Down dog hands, the same hands you would use in your whole practice. We'll get into that in another lesson, but I really don't think the hands need to change in a lot of stuff. So you got your basic down dog hands. Now for most people at the beginning, they find it easier to balance with their legs on the outside, and they press in with their legs and press out with their arms. So balance-wise, that's probably easier for most people. Now, ultimately for me, strength-wise, anytime I can use my bones to support a posture rather than my muscles, it's going to be much easier, because bones don't tire out the way muscles do. So, for my Bakasana, I'm going to do everything the same. Now notice the arms wrap in, right? The elbows wrap in. I'm going to stack my knees right on the back of my arms. Now you can see how my skeletal structure, my arm bones, are supporting the weight of my body, rather than here, where my weight is being dispersed out off of them. So for strength-wise, a little harder to balance here, but strength-wise, this is way easier. Now, technique has a lot to do with it. If I'm right on that pivot point, I'm right on that point of balance between front and back, this is way, way easier than if I'm struggling to maintain balance back and forth. Also, you cannot be slippery here. If you're in a hot, sweaty yoga class and you get slippery, I suggest you put a towel over there, or if you have short pants and no arms, for sure, because slipperiness is just going to hang you up. It's just going to make it very difficult to do. So, the other advantage to supporting your Bakasana with your bones is that it creates a stable foundation for your body to rest on, and it gives you more of a launching pad to find buoyancy and lightness in your posture. which would come in handy if you wanted to straighten your arms more, or if you wanted to take it up into a handstand. So, there you have it. Bakasana, the crow. I hope that you found some of these pointers helpful. I hope you find them helpful in your practice and in your Bakasana. But just remember the basics. Warm the wrists up. Try and find balance in your Bakasana. And another thing is, when you get the chance to do Bakasana, don't do this. Because you didn't do Bakasana. You did about 4 seconds of Bakasana, and the rest was a tripod headstand, which you fell out of into a cheesy vinyasa. So make your Bakasanas count. Save your headstands for inversion time. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, recommend, and use the tips. They're good ones. Namaste.